Danny,
what do you have next for us? What do you plan? What do you want next
I would love him to get the Canelo fight. You know, it was a fight that we nearly got in May. Yeah, and now, you know, like he said in the ring, he's a champion now. He gets to call the shots. If he wants a defence, he gets a defence. But at this stage in his career, I think that the Canelo fight is the fight. And, you know, I know Dan asked the question, but I really echo what Danny said about HBO. I think tonight's not really about talking about other networks and the plans. It's about giving thanks to HBO for what they did for not just Danny, but for me and for Keith. And, you know, they believed in all of us to make the switch. They gave him 2 good solid fights, and then they delivered the big one. You know, he had 2 good fights, fought for the world title, and we want to thank Peter Nelson and all the guys at HBO. And it's sad to see him leave boxing. No one wants to see him leave boxing, but you know, they back Danny Jacobs, and you know, I think right now, you know, especially tonight, it's not really talked about the future and networks and stuff like that. It's to thank them for their support. For me, you know, ultimately Danny and Keith will decide who they want next, but I would love to see him fight Canelo in May.
Danny, Chris Garn here from the Fight City. Congratulations once again. It's a different fight. We talked to Andrade, and Andrade said he didn't want this fight. This was a family affair. You made a business, you won the title, congratulations. How do you go about now when it's bad feelings? Basically, the kids have fought, the parents got to step in. How do you basically now go and say, okay, Sergiy, I want to work with you, Gary, no hard feelings, when it's boxing, it is business, it's personal, there are probably hard feelings.
Only time will tell. If you're a true gentleman, you take your losses with your losses, just like you take your wins. And we show each other love inside the ring and outside the ring and backstage. So I don't look forward to any animosity towards each other. But truth be told, every boxer has animosity towards everybody. This is an ego sport. And you know, I was the better man than tonight. How the near future will work out once we cross each other's paths, or if we would continue to be sparring partners, who knows? But right now, I'm just enjoying this victory. I knew he was a tough fighter. And this is what, my 4th undefeated fighter in a row? I mean, we're creating a good legacy for myself. And thank you, Bass. Love you, baby. They're the only one that clapped for that. But I'm just trying to prove to the world that I'm the best middleweight. All these guys are picking and choosing who they want to fight. They're not picking the best fights out there, but yet they're claiming the title of I'm the best or I'm the most feared. You got to show and prove. And tonight, I fought one of the best middleweights in the division. You guys might not have heard of him, but if you study exactly who he is and what he brings to the table, as you can see, you fought one of the best middleweights in the world, and I'm proud of myself.
Danny, to your left, Danny, to your left.
Oh.
In moments like this, do you think at all about kind of where you were 7 years ago, just kind of how far you've gone, not just with the title, but also everything kind of at your fingertips right now as you see the middleweight division?
I mean, I think about it every now and then, but one thing that I learned, you know, post-cancer was to enjoy every moment of every day. Find the little things to be grateful for. This was a dream of mine, to be at this realm, to be at this place in my life where I was considered champion and thriving in boxing. It's always been a dream of mine, but honestly, just being here and living and having a chance to see my son and my family and my loved ones every day, that means everything to me. This is just, this material stuff, man. I mean, yeah, I love to please the fans, but my outlook on life is totally different because my life was almost taken. So the fact that I can live every day and breathe every day and be around my loved ones, see the sunshine, and you know, see my family, it's priceless. That alone is priceless.
Right here, directly in front of you. Congratulations on your win tonight. I am familiar with the pedigree of Derevyanchenko. First, I'd like to ask you, what are your thoughts on Canelo versus Felding? And things don't normally go perfect or the way they should, you know, in boxing. But if Canelo does lose, you know, would you fight Demetrius Andrade and unify the title to go as your friend?
I'm up for any fight that makes sense. Me and Boo Boo had a discussion before that we would only do it for the big bucks and we would only do it for unification. But if it's a fight that makes sense for the near future, I can't go against it. That's like my brother though. we have an understanding. But if an upset happens, which it always does in boxing, you can never dictate what happens. We'll have to see for the near future, but I have no plans in fighting him. Is it something that I want to do? Absolutely not. It's not like a Peter Quillen or a Sergiy Derevyanchenko where we're just associates. Like, I've known Boo Boo since I was 15, 16 years old. We came up the amateur ranks together. His father is like an uncle to me. You know, this is way more personal than anything. But we also love the sport of boxing. And we also want to do it for the sport of boxing. So we have plans on facing each other, but hopefully in the future, not the near future.
Danny.
Thank you.
Danny, over to your right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just project your voice.
I know you were sitting there close to now. It seems like close to fight. Maybe down the line, I know you're interested in
Oh, a rematch for Sergey? Do you think that makes sense right now?
it's on the line, you know.
If he was to prove himself or maybe capture a title, maybe. But that's not even my thought process right now. You know, I'm going for the bigger, better opposition. Not to say that he wasn't that. Meaning the bigger fights, the marquee fights, the fights that will, you know, solidify my legacy. We're looking for